is Russ. Yep, I'm back on the road. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I've been out on the road. Of course, to you guys, it doesn't look that way because the videos seem continuous. Now, I did not have a stop sign there. See, we can't do a video without talking about stops, but that lady didn't look like she was gonna stop on my right-hand side, if you saw that. So I stopped just in case. You gotta watch out for people. You never know what they're gonna do. So I haven't been on the road for the last 4 or 5 days, and I tend to record several videos at one time now, just in the nick of, not the nick of time, just to be sure we have videos available on a daily basis. So one ride from me could turn into 4 rides for you because a lot of times I just ride a long distance. And so today I am on the Magicycle Cruiser, and I'll give you some updates on what's going on. We're gonna let this person go through because they technically have the right of way to go first, and then we'll go. So I haven't been riding for a while because it's been extremely hot here. All right, we'll go this way here. We'll let these guys go through first. Morning. Sure. So, yeah, it's been in the 90s. I don't think I want to go riding when it's in the 90s. So I've been off the road. Now, I do know that recording these things so early in the morning, it's about 7:30 right now in the morning, is really the best time for me, but it's not the best time for the videos because the angle of the sun being what it is doesn't make the videos look as nice as if I was recording it maybe 11 or 1 o'clock or something like that. But I have to get out there early just so that we don't have all that hot weather hitting me as I'm riding, because then it's not an enjoyable ride. In my opinion, I just don't have any fun when I'm like sweating to death. So early in the morning it is what it is, right? So what new things do I have to tell you? Well, let me tell you about some personal stuff first, and then we'll talk about bike stuff. Yeah, the cough is still there, folks. I don't seem to be able to shake it, but I would say it's a lot less than it had been in the past. So that's good. I did take some of the antihistamine, but I did stop taking it. I guess you got to continue to take it, but I don't like taking medications. It's just the way I am. Unless I'm absolutely needing it, I don't usually take it. I mean, the same thing happened even when I had my knee replacement. You know, people are taking all these painkillers. I'm not taking anything. So, yeah. I do have a high threshold for pain, but I don't like the pain, of course. But yeah, I didn't take a lot of that medication because I didn't want that stuff in my system. So I kind of suffered through it all and things. So anyways, that's that for the medical updates. Now, you notice we're going in the same places we always go, and the reason is because, again, I'm not going to go too far because I know that it's going to get hot quickly. It's about, I'm going to say around about 72 degrees right now. So it's not so bad. It's actually my ideal temperature. You might notice too that I'm wearing sleeves again. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt underneath my safety vest. And this one's black, if you noticed. This was given to me as a Father's Day gift from my daughter and son-in-law. And this supposedly wicks your sweat. So it says. We shall see. But yeah, kind of an expensive shirt, but but I will be using it a lot, of course. So thank you to them for that. And yeah, I mean, whoops, my yeah, that's kind of a blind curve there. Sometimes you don't see what's coming, and I was a little bit too far to the left to feel comfortable, so I hit the brakes as fast as I could. Make sure I don't slam into those people, or they don't slam into me, which either way. Yeah, they need to put something there. It's probably the most blind of all the blind curves in this area. So anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, the sleeves. Yeah, my tan has gotten so dark this year, and it's not even, I mean, it's only what, mid-June. Of course, by the time you guys see it, it's a little bit later, but yeah, I've gotten extremely dark, and that's how it was when I was a kid. I mean, when I was younger, I'd go outside and I'd just get darker and darker and darker. Well, not so good to kind of do that all the time, so you either got to put some type of sun protection on you or wear some long sleeves. And I was always hesitant in using long sleeves because I kind of figured, well, it's just going to make me hotter. But I'll tell you, the wind blowing through this thing, I actually feel pretty good. These are really lightweight type shirts. And so, yeah, it's not been a problem at all. All right, we're going to have to wait for these guys to go through here. This is a very narrow bridge. It's kind of hard for everyone to go through at the same time. So I'll just kind of wait a little bit until everyone gets through. Okay, there to go. My turn to go through. On your left, thank you. So, yeah, it's supposedly going to give me some sun protection because I think it's UV rated on this one. You know, I have another one that's a yellow safety shirt. I don't think that has any type of sun protection. You know, it's kind of weird because this thing is black. I would tend to think this would just suck up all the sun rays. But they say it's rated, I think, for some type of UV protection as well. So if you're out riding and you don't have long sleeves on, you might want to consider doing that, or at least put some sunscreen or something on. Morning. So I would say that, you know, a lot of the people that I meet on this particular path are usually pretty friendly. Most of them will say hello to you or get out of your way and stuff. And good morning. But I can't say that too much for the people at Bussy Woods. That's been probably the most unfriendly place I've been to. So, anyways, looks like they cut back some of the foliage here so that the bike path isn't impeded by all of the extra branches that stick out. So let's talk bikes. Let's talk about bikes and bikes in general here. You might be wondering how I'm doing with the review things. A lot of people seem to be interested in what's coming up and stuff. I think I mentioned before that I had one bike that came in damaged by FedEx. And so we're still waiting for the front fork to come in. I mean, it hasn't been that long. It's probably been about a week or so now, not quite a week, and okay, so they let me through. There was a school bus and some other cars. So yeah, we just gotta wait. I don't know how long that's gonna take for that to come in. We know that there's some Magicycle new bikes eventually will be coming in. Now I know that somebody mentioned that he was waiting for his Magicycle bike. He's getting a little frustrated by it. I'm sorry that's happening to you. It's not just Magicycle. A lot of other companies are having the same basic problems trying to get things out to people. But I guess he wasn't too happy that I was getting bikes before him, and that's actually not true because I don't have any of the new bikes yet. All I know is that new bikes will be coming, and it'll probably be coming out when that whole shipment comes in for everything. And so yeah, I'm in the same boat as you are. I'm waiting too, but of course I have bikes to ride right now, but these are bikes that I've had for a while, so it's not the same thing. Now another thing too is I've been waiting for another battery for this particular Magicycle Cruiser. It's been a while. I mean, I made the request and they said, yes, you can have a second battery to do what you do. But I'm still waiting, just like everyone else is still waiting for things. So I finally got a message from Magicycle. They have upgraded my discount code. The $200 discount became a $225 if you bought certain dollar amounts. But they've upgraded that $225 to $250 for us now. If you buy, I think it's $3,150 worth of product. Comes out essentially if you buy two bikes. Okay, if you buy two bikes, you're gonna get a $250 discount now. So they got some promo going on. So if you're planning on buying a Magicycle or two, look at the discount code and also the affiliate link. I don't know if they call those affiliate links. It's the link that you need to use for me to get credit for it. How's that? Now, a lot of times that YouTubers will say, use our link or do this or that. Yeah, essentially what happens is when you do that, I get a small commission, which helps fulfill more things that I can do on this channel. So I try my best to invest as much as I can into the channel to get better quality stuff for you guys to see. So it says tree work ahead, okay? So yeah, I get a few dollars if you do it, and on top of that, if you use the code, when you use my link, you save anywhere from $100 to $250 on your purchases. So yeah, everyone wins in that situation, okay? Magicycle gets one or two bikes sold, I get a small commission, and you guys get $100 to $250 off. So yeah, good deal all around. So go ahead and use those if you plan to do that. And there's other codes in there too, not necessarily Magicycle. You get a $50 thing on Rad. I think there's a $50 thing for a KBO. So little odds and ends things will be in there. Just kind of look in there, and there's affiliate links for all the different things that are on my bike, because I get a lot of questions about, what is your favorite mirror? What do you have on this and that? It's all in the descriptions of my videos. So anytime you want to know what I'm using, just look in there, all right? You'll find it all in there. Okay, so these are the tree guys, I guess. Yeah, they're trimming things back, so that's good. Yeah, I have to wonder if my coughing is due to allergies, because I do go through a lot of this type of stuff, and they're doing constant cutting and things like that. That's, if you have any type of allergy, it's probably being pounded on you from all this stuff out here. Now we do notice more people out here now. That's because school is out and everything, and people are just out and about doing stuff. It's summertime. So yeah, the one bike that's in house now, ready for review, cannot be reviewed. Morning. Because it's been damaged by FedEx. So yeah, the Magicycle bikes will eventually be in. We're expecting July and August, I believe. We should be getting some product in for review. Now, the battery. Let's talk about the battery, okay? I requested the battery, and I was in contact with Magicycle. They updated the discount code for us to $250 instead of $200. $200 became $225, and it became $250 because they have some new product coming out. So they always do promos like that, right? Companies. So we don't know when promos happen, and quite frankly, everybody's affected by that. I know people are usually not happy when they see that there's a discount that they missed. They would have just waited a little longer to get a better discount. Well, that happened to my sister too. She bought a rad power bike. She's bought 3 now. There we go. Kind of ducking again. So she originally bought a Rad Expand 5, which is the new replacement folding bike from the Rad Minis. And then she went to the Rad store in Berkeley, California, and bought a Rad Mini step-thru 2, just like my wife has, because they happen to have one there. And she paid for that, and then she had to pay for, let me see where I should go here. Okay, I guess I can turn here because it's clear. She found a Rad Mini step-thru 2. It's the last one that they had. So she paid for that, but they charge you for putting the bike together. Now it's sitting there all put together at the store, but they charge you extra for that, like $100 and something extra, which she really didn't want to do, but since that was the last one, she paid it just to get the bike. Well, they had another sale going on. Apparently they found a couple of more Rad Minis. And so she bought another Rad Mini, and it was cheaper. So she said, well, it's kind of too bad I paid regular price for the Rad Mini and the installation price, assembly price, I should say. And then now they had it for even less than the regular price, and you did not have to pay for the assembly price. So it happens to people, okay? It happened to my sister. There's a couple of little rodents running around in front of my wheels there. So yeah, sometimes those sales happen and you just can't catch it. So she did ask them, and she says, they were doing a garage sale a couple days later. In other words, they were trying to get rid of certain bikes that they might have that are kind of like, too many of them, or old models, or whatever, or refurbs, whatever they had. So she said, do you think that these bikes might go on sale if I wait a day or two? She goes, they might not even be here anymore. Somebody else might have bought them. So yeah, you got to buy them when you can buy them, when the deals are there. And again, sometimes the deals come out in your favor and sometimes the deals don't. So she bought it. So now they have 3 bikes. So now let's take the long route. Go up the hills, up and down the hills. I'm not going to take the shortcut like the other guy did. So she bought it because she says, it's available, I got to do it. So she did it. All right. Now for me, as you know, I'm waiting for the battery for Magicycle to come in. So since we were already in communications about the upgraded discount code, I asked them, I said, well, just let you know, I'm still waiting for the battery. And found out, he says, that the batteries have just arrived in the U.S. Apparently they finally cleared customs and all this other type of stuff that they had to go through. And they showed me documentation of it too, showing that it was coming in, it's available. So I asked them, I says, hey, did you put me down for the 15 amp hour battery, which is normally what comes on this Magicycle Cruiser, or did you put me down for the new 20 amp hour batteries? He says, well, if you want your battery now, you can get the 15 amp hour battery, they'll be shipping it out. Or if you want the 20 amp hour battery, it might take an extra week. Well, what do you think I ended up deciding to do? I figured I waited this long, I might as well wait another extra week I said, yeah, give me the 20 amp hour battery. Yeah, I want the range, man. So essentially when they ship that out, if he was able to catch it in time, I'll have a 15 amp hour battery on here, which is is the stock battery on the standard cruiser, because they have a pro version. We'll talk about that in a second. And then they have a 20 amp hour battery, which comes on the pro version. Okay, so they are interchangeable for that particular battery for that particular model. So they're going to send me the 20. So that'll give me a total of 35 amp hours. Now, on the Rad Rover, because I use the third-party unit pack power batteries, the triangle batteries, I have two 20 amp hour batteries in there, so I actually have 40 amp hours on that bike. So the Magicycle will still be shy by 5 amp hours. I don't know, that might still be able to get me to the North Branch Trail and back. I have to do some testing. Whenever I get a battery, I test how far I really can go with it based on how I ride and everything. Might be tight, but I might be able to do it, because I've been really wanting to take this Magicycle Cruiser out more than I have, but the range was always holding me back. That's why we only seem to do, the local trails around here, because I can do that on this with the standard battery. But if we're going to go that far of a distance, I need that second battery, so I haven't taken this bike out as much. And people have asked me, what's your favorite bike? And I have to qualify that all the time, because based on distance, it'd have to be the Rad. Because the Rad stock, it would not be my favorite at all, because it didn't have much of a battery. It had a 14 amp hour, 48 volt battery on it initially. But because I changed the batteries on it to 52 volts, 20 amp hours times 2, that would have to be my favorite bike to take for distance, right? So that's always my stock answer for distance. And then if you say, what is your overall favorite bike to ride now, it would be this one that I'm riding, which is the Magicycle Cruiser. But because of the lack of the distance that I can go, because I only have the one battery, it's not my favorite bike for distance. Does that make sense? So everything has a reason to be used for different purposes. And for hill climbing and everything, yeah, it would have to be this one. But again, I've mentioned before in the past, it comes at a price. It comes at the price of my range, because it's going to use up more battery to climb up those hills, mountains. Climb up those hills. They feel like a mountain sometimes. So this bike might not be the favorite for that purpose, right? Good morning. And then again, you have the new Magicycle bikes coming out. People are already starting to ask me, what do you think of those? I go, well, on paper is all I can talk about. I don't have one yet. I don't know if I like it or I don't. And as always, I will tell you things that I like about the bike, and also maybe things that I don't like so much about those bikes. So, but that's the chance any type of review will get when it's being sent to you. And I think the manufacturers know that. It's the gamble they take. If you submit it to somebody for a review, you got to take the lumps if it's warranted. If there's a problem with it, the reviewer should tell you where the problems lie. But if there's something good about it, they'll tell you that too, right? All right, let's see. Let's go left here. Morning. So anyways, my initial feeling is on the 3 bikes that are coming from Magicycle, all of them have some type of merit. One of them being a folding bike. Well, there's an obvious merit right there. It folds. I might be able to put it in my car and bring it places, right? The Ocelot, which is one of their new top-of-the-line bikes. On your left. That guy's texting and writing. I don't even know if he even heard my bell or heard me say anything, because he's looking down on his phone. The Ocelot, let's get back to that one. That's a 20 amp hour battery on there. It's got a lot of torque, 96 Newton meters of torque. It's a 20-inch wheel on it. It does not fold. It's a solid bike. So when would I use that bike? I've got to make a decision how I would use it, compared to the Cruiser. But I can see the benefit of the higher torque. The smaller wheels, I don't know if I would like or not like. I know I have to have smaller wheels for the folding bikes, so I accept them. But since that bike doesn't fold and has smaller wheels, well, I like it. We shall see, right? That's the whole thing. We don't know until we actually get it. So how could you tell? And then finally, they have the bike that's the commuter style bike. Now that one I'm anxious to try because it's got a belt drive. It doesn't have a chain. It's a single speed bike. There's no gears on that thing. Will I like it? Will I not like it? I might be okay with it, to tell you the truth, because if you notice, I haven't touched my gears once since we've been riding. I'm still on 7th gear. And the only thing I might touch is I might touch pedal assist. We're on pedal assist 4 now. Let me drop it down to 3. Because I throttle and I pedal at the same time. Oh, somebody did mention to me too, and he has a valid point, but you'll notice that I still probably don't follow what he's suggesting. He says since you throttle all the time, rather than going up and down on the throttle, which you're eating up more power doing, you're better off to hold it to a certain level and just don't keep going up and down. He's actually right. I still go up and down. So why do I do that? Because there's times I'm pedaling only, there's times that I'm pedaling and throttling, and there's times I'm throttling only. So I'm always going up and down. So it comes at a cost of my range. Yeah. So okay, let's talk about the new Pro version of this bike, the Cruiser. Okay. Well, the Pro version of this bike is essentially the same bike. All right. The only difference is you get hydraulic brakes on it, which I've already upgraded this bike to. As you know, I put on the hydraulic brakes, so I have that. It goes from a 15 amp hour battery to a 20 amp hour battery. I already have a battery coming in that's 20 amp hours, so yeah, we got that too. So where's the benefit? Well, here's the two benefits I can see. They tweaked the motor, right? Instead of 86 Newton meters, they went up to 96. So it's got more power, more torque, more ability to climb the hills, okay? I don't know if I need it, to tell you the truth. I don't have that many hills in here. We're in the Midwest. We're mostly flatlands, but we do have some things like here. I'm going up a slight incline. It would help, of course. So I would be missing that. And then rumor has it that it has cruise control. And now that is something I would really like to have. Because if I had the cruise control, I wouldn't have to hold this thing on my right hand, hold it down to do that continuous throttle. So in that sense, that would be something I am missing by not having the Pro model. But again, these are convenience, right? That's a convenience feature. The 96 Newton meter is not a convenience feature, that's a power feature. So those are the two things I'm missing out of the standard Cruiser versus the upgraded Pro version Cruiser. Because with the change in the battery, change in the battery, and also the change in the brakes, which I've already upgraded, they've given it to me already. It's essentially the same bike, missing just those two little features, okay? So somebody asked me, are they still going to send it to you? I don't know, maybe not. Quite frankly, I don't think I really need it. And if they gave it to me, I would happily accept it. Because I do like that cruise control feature, if it's true, and they say it is true, from things I've read on various forums. I would accept it gladly for that, but in reality, If I didn't have it, would I feel like I've got a lesser bike? And I would say no, I don't feel like I'd have a lesser bike at all, because the frame and everything is exactly the same. Nothing's changed there. So now you might be asking, if I was buying brand new, which do you suggest, Russ? Buy the Pro. Here's why. More range, better brakes, some convenience features, a little more torque, right? Is that worth, how much is the distance? $400 more? Yeah, it's worth $400 more. Now, what if you say that's pushing my budget? All right, so here's what I would suggest. Get the regular cruiser, all right, just like I have here, and then do the slow upgrades yourself when you have the money to do it. Okay, like if you want more range, then buy the 20 amp hour battery when you can afford to do it. That'll give you the range, plus then you have another 15 amp hour that came with the bike in the first place. So you'll be in the same boat as me. You have 35 amp hours if you carry that second battery with you. So in that sense, you could slowly do the upgrade, and then you'd actually have a little additional range too. So yeah, start out with this one if you have to. Nothing says you have to start out with the Pro version. So that's what I would do. Okay. Now, if I had the money, go straight to the Pro version. Those brakes make a huge difference. I'm telling you, it stops immediately. I mean, to the point where you can skid the tires out if you wanted to. You really have a hard time doing that with the mechanical brakes. And it doesn't really matter if it's this brand or any other brand of bike. Mechanical brakes just do not stop quite as quick as the hydraulics. And if you're going really fast, you're going to want that stopping power. And you got to keep in mind too that the Magicycle Cruiser can go as much as 28 miles an hour. So think about that and why brakes are important at 28 miles an hour, all right? So yeah, spend the money if you can. If you can't, start out with the basic one and then upgrade if you can down the road. That's the smart way to do it. Now recently a friend of mine had asked me, do you have a video out that talks about what to look for in e-bikes? I had to think really hard about that, and I said, actually, I need to make an updated version of it. I think at one time I did do a talk about things to look for in e-bikes, but I've learned a lot in this past year and something, and some new things have come into play. So I think there are things I can say now that I haven't been able to do back then. I need to make another video about that. I've been thinking about how I would do that, whether I would do that as a riding video or whether I would do that in the studio and just, talk about the things. So as I'm thinking about it, why don't we do that now? We'll do it as a riding video. You don't need to see my face, right? Do you guys need to see me? I think most of the videos lately, you don't even see me because you're just watching me ride. Why don't we ride and talk about it? I won't do it right now, but I'm going to do it right after I stop this video. How's that? I think we've gone long enough for this one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around in circles on this 3-mile path, and we're going to talk about it. So the next video you see after this one will likely be a video that's kind of important. Things to look for when considering an e-bike, like a first-time e-bike person. So hopefully I can come up with the correct things to talk about, because it'll be things off the top of my head. I haven't written anything down, but there are some things that I'm thinking are kind of important. So hopefully I cover it all. If I miss something, I'll do a second video. Hopefully this video will become more viral, as they call it, and more people will get to see it. The only way that will happen is if each and every one of you guys watch the video, like the video, and it'll push the video then. And we've noticed that too, because think about how you came to Russ's Right. Many of you came from that one video that I did about seniors, right? Important considerations for e-bikes for seniors, right? So I think the word senior is an important thing, and I'll probably say that again on this coming video, but it's not the things only seniors have to look for. It's going to be a video about everybody has to look for in buying an e-bike, so including seniors. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.